lady having
Yeah,
lunch.
it's a lady having lunch. Feeding something. Yeah, it's a lady having lunch. Feeding something. Come on, let's get something good.
It looked like she was dropping something on your porch.
Nah, man, she was just eating.
After she's done eating, she's gonna leave you a present on your doorstep.
What was that other call at?
The lady trying to take off and the guy was hanging outside the car? That one?
No. That one I told you, 901, something like that. 907.
The one in Oilville?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took that person because that was.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They're asking for a warrant to see if this was issued.
That was the one. Oh no, there was one at Foothill Drive too.
Yeah, that's the one, Foot Drive.
Yeah, 9007.
What's up, old Nick dog?
Yeah, the one on the road there was Clover Meadow.
Right now we're just gonna wait for another call, drive around, see what happens. I hope we get
when you're starting out with your finances, you want to see your
a chase or another standoff. Let's get that going.
Yep.
One of those.
This one got a bubble butt.
A bubble butt? Trash can?
サイレンを流しながらこちらに迫ってきています。多くない？さっきのちらほら帰るまで残ってるの。 عمر. يلا يلا. عمر. خلاص اتفقوا عليهم يلا يلا.
Yeah, they fired like 1 or 2 hundred balls.
Dutch Boy Professional Series works hard for you with top quality primers, durable interior and exterior paints, and specialty products to help grow your business. Dutch Boy.
Another day, another dollar. Although the dollars are
What song is that? Y'all know that song? No? Y'all don't know? Hey, it's a remix.
Advisors work to solve client questions about the future. Equitable helps answer how. With strategies that adapt to market twists and turns, applying industry-leading, innovative thinking. Together, let's plan how.
You guys work for a fucking pedophile. Both of you guys. Hold it right here. You say keep it here. Don't fucking say come on, dog. I'm not talking to nobody. Wait right there. Wait right there. You guys work for fucking pedophile, dog. Square. What's that?
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform. Add product.
Dutch Boy Professional Series works hard for you, in-store and on the job site, with top-quality durable paints, knowledgeable field reps, and exclusive professional contractor benefits. Dutch Boy Professional Series paints, available at Menards.
Sneaking up behind him. Hopefully they see him coming. Okay. Yeah, give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, this thing here for right now. A little bit, but I want to keep right behind you.
job be now that the Guard is federalized, now that the Marines are headed here too? That's another question I have.
They're heading close to here, not here on this location. That is correct. 700 Marines. So with our orders directed by the President, the Secretary of Defense has mobilized. Right now it's 4,700 personnel, so 4,000 from the California National Guard, 700 Marines. And our mission is to protect federal agencies, our federal partners, their personnel as they conduct their federal mission, and even more in particular as they do the enforcement of federal law, and then also to protect all federal assets and federal facilities that are located in the locations where there have been demonstrations lately.
All right, it's been said that the mission is to protect the federal buildings and the federal personnel. Will the National Guard and Marines be protecting ICE on raids?
Yes, they would be doing cordon on that, and that's strictly for the protection of the personnel as they do their job, their federal job.
Can you specify how many of the troops have been used so far on those ICE operations? And do you have any concerns about National Guard troops being pulled into like kind of regular law enforcement?
No, so I'll answer that in two parts. First, I don't have the numbers that are on the ICE, done the actual ICE operations. We have 1,000 that have done operations so far. That is both the protection of the installations or the federal buildings, and then also protection of federal law enforcement as they conduct their mission. On Title 10, on federal orders, these soldiers do not conduct law enforcement operations, that like arrests or search and seizure. They are strictly used for the protection of the federal personnel as they conduct their operations and to protect them, to allow them to do their federal mission.
And to follow up on that, in the case of recent ICE raids where we've had protesters show up to those in downtown, we have seen the vandalism of federal buildings. I was reading up on Task Force 51, and I know that you're specially trained with de-escalation, crowd control, rules of use of force. At what point do these soldiers engage? What would that engaging look like?
Yeah, sure. So strictly for the protection of the federal personnel and the protection of the federal building, they're allowed to temporarily detain and wait for law enforcement to come and arrest them. They do not do any arrest. They're strictly there to detain, to wait for law enforcement to come and handle those demonstrators.
When they go,
tell us what the difference between what the Marines and what the National Guard will be doing?
They will be doing the same operations.
When they go on these raids, are the troops armed with ammo and their weapons, or only on their person?
Only on their person.
Major, and excuse the question, but we were interviewing people on the street, and somebody, asked, the Marines are coming, what do you think of that? And a person on the street said, aren't the Marines at sea? Aren't they specialized in, sea-worthy operations? Why not the Army? Why Marines?
Actually, all federal military personnel, it is part of their mission. So in this case, it was what was closest and what could be used at the time.
Can you give us a little more detail about, you said there's 4,700. How many are already here? Have you identified these additional National Guard troops? I think there's 2,000. When are they arriving? And when and where are the Marines going?
Okay, so there are 2,000 on duty right now that are actually ready to perform operations and performing operations. There are additional 2,000 that are mobilizing right now. They're mustering is the term, and preparing. They'll be ready tomorrow at approximately 1,500 to be ready to come and start their training to get their personnel in, because they are National Guard. They are reserve component. And then the Marines are here at Naval Weapons Station, Seal Beach.
Can I ask, when will we expect to see Marines on the streets in Los Angeles?
I can't give you exactly when that will be, but soon. They're doing their training right now. It is not. We train for a federal mission for warfight, so they're right now going through civil disturbance training and the standing rules of force training.
Can you tell us a bit about the rules of engagement?
Well, so really for rules of engagement, we are strictly here to protect federal facilities and to protect federal agencies and their personnel and allow them to do their job. We are strictly there to help them do their job and to protect them.
What happens if there's a use of force or a shooting? Who investigates that?
That will be law enforcement.
I know you can't say when the Marines will be on the street. Is it safe to say they won't be on the streets today?
They will not be on the streets today.
At what point does military aid stop? When protests slow, or if ICE feels satisfied with their raids?
It's strictly to the officer, to the agent in charge when they're doing the operations. They do that, so we have worked out coordination with them. We meet, we do rehearsals, we totally understand their operation, conduct the operation, and then we leave.
Is there a plan in place to call in even more? Because originally it started with the first 2,000 National Guard. Now there's 2,000 more coming.
Ma'am, I do not know.
A question on, and I think it's a follow-up from Carly's question. So right now, is there a date where for sure Task Force 51 will still be enacted till, or is it a day-by-day situation?
It's a day-by-day situation. We've been ordered to temporarily protect both buildings and federal personnel.
All right, you're just listening in there saying this is a day-by-day operation. Looking live there in Southern California, you can still see some staging areas of these National Guard members as we're following the latest on potentially day 6 of some unrest in Southern California. All right, let's continue on with our conversation right now, approaching 2 o'clock on the West Coast, learning more about the curfew, some of the arrests, and also that as over 200 people were arrested for failure to disperse and others on more serious charges. You can see this, a post from the DHS Homeland Security saying ICE agents in Los Angeles, they arrested an illegal alien from Mexico for attempted murder after he threw a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement during the LA riots. Let's continue on and bring the conversation there in Los Angeles. Fox News correspondent Steve Harrigan. Steve, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Set the scene. What are we looking at right now, and can you discuss more of these charges filed?
Sure, you can take a look at this detention center behind me, and it's a lot quieter so far today. That first night of curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. going into effect, it's really knocked out a lot of the looting, despite the couple of hundred of arrests maintained to get that curfew into place. A lot of flag waving, a lot of people out in front of the National Guard here, but no violence, no big crowds, and that crowd has not been pushed back. We've seen a lot of different weapons over the past several days being used by protesters against the National Guard, against law enforcement, not just water bottles and stones and fireworks, but as you mentioned, too, at least 2 people now charged with explosive devices, using them illegally. This was a Molotov cocktail. It's basically a firebomb. You put a flammable liquid inside a bottle, put a cloth in it, and light it on fire and throw it. They were found using that, and also at least 3 people who were arrested in the protests carrying guns. So they're going to face illegal weapon charges in addition to what they face for the protests.
You're throwing stuff, you're throwing rocks, you're throwing bombs. That's unacceptable. It will not be tolerated, and we're going to come down with a really heavy hand. And this isn't state court. This is out.
So this is the situation. The Marines are going to come in here, and they're going to come in, according to the Defense Secretary, to try and establish law and order. It's been clear that the Marines will not have their rifles loaded with live ammunition, but they will be carrying ammunition as they begin their mission here, whether it's just to protect federal employees as well as federal buildings, or whether it goes beyond that into detaining people. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Steve. And it's a good sense of what we're looking at because we saw the unrest over the weekend, and we know the National Guard, they're out there right now to protect federal property as well. Have we seen them arm in arm with LAPD, with local law enforcement yet?
We've seen them pretty much working sometimes in similar locations, but they pretty much stick together. The local police have had their hands full. One of the big jobs has been to keep 101 clear. That's the main highway here, an artery that runs from downtown LA to much of the main highways. So that was blocked for about 30 minutes yesterday. That's been a real challenge to keep that highway open.
My last question before I let you go, because we know LA Mayor Karen Bass, they instituted that curfew at 8 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the morning. Have we seen that have an impact, and do you think it might lessen the crowds tonight?
I think it's been, at least on night one, a real success. Keep in mind, it's only for about 1 square mile, so it's limited in effect. And it did knock out some pretty bad looting we saw the night before it did go into effect. So far, that curfew seems to be a good move.
All right, and they're continuing to keep it in effect. Steve Harrigan, thank you so much for your reporting here on Live Now from Fox. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's continue on here on Live Now from Fox. Great conversation there, as always, as we're learning more about this here on Live Now from Fox. A live look one more time at some of those National Guard staging areas outside this Metropolitan Detention Center. You can see them wearing these fatigues, these more brown fatigues, while the local state police are in this, as some 500 National Guard troops trained to assist with ICE raids. So we're seeing some of the training in place, the Marines still going through some of those protocols right now. And I do want to put up just this, the post from the Associated Press saying about 500 National Guard troops have been trained to accompany agents on immigration raids, and some have temporarily detained protesters in LA, according to commanders. Let's go back out to the story we were just following, though, just a little bit ago, talking about those arrests, not about the failure to disperse arrests, but the one from the Homeland Security about that illegal alien, as they're calling him, arrested for having a Molotov cocktail and throwing it at law enforcement. Let's take you out to these comments here on Live Now from Fox, as we were just learning more about this, the arrest of Emiliano Garduno Galvez, an illegal alien, attempted murder there as he threw a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement during the LA riots. Let's take you out to Bill Esseley, the U.S. attorney there in Southern California, detailing this here earlier.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bill Esseley, United States Attorney, Central District, California. This morning, we are announcing that we have filed federal criminal complaints against 2 defendants who engaged in violence during the recent civil unrest in downtown Los Angeles and in Paramount. The last few days, we have seen vicious attacks on our agents and our properties here in the federal government. The escalation of violence by these rioters poses a serious threat to our agents and the safety of the public. Throwing rocks, explosives, assaulting agents, and committing other acts of violence are extremely dangerous and will not be tolerated. The president had no choice but to call in the National Guard to protect our assets and our personnel. Our agents and our law enforcement were overwhelmed, and we are grateful for the help of the National Guard that we've received. The defendants charged in the complaints are accused of throwing Molotov cocktails at police officers and sheriff deputies who were called in to restore order after 2 demonstrations against federal immigration enforcement turned violent. As alleged in the complaints, these defendants, one in Paramount, the other in downtown Los Angeles, threw Molotov cocktails at police officers. Last Saturday, one defendant, Emiliano Galvez, hid behind a fence and threw the destructive device at a sheriff's deputy, then ran away. Deputies gave chase and arrested him. That's the video you actually see playing right there. The following day, a police officer apprehended the other defendant, Rocky Quigui, after spotting him with a Molotov cocktail in his hand. Officers witnessed him throw the device in the air and then arrested him with a lighter in his right hand. I commend our prosecutors and our law enforcement partners for swiftly taking action against these individuals. Our community must be kept safe for peaceful protests and against thugs and criminals looking to start trouble. We expect more charges to be filed in the coming days and weeks. If you took part in these riots and were looking to cause trouble, we will come looking for you. These defendants are charged with possession of an unregistered explosive device in violation of 26 United States Code Section 5861D. Possessing a Molotov cocktail or another destructive device is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison. They are presumed innocent until proven guilty. I now introduce the Los Angeles Special Agent in charge of the ATF office here, Mr. Kenneth Cooper.
Good morning, everybody. I want to stand here and represent ATF and the public and announcing to the public that ATF's firmly committed to our whole of government approach to providing public safety, especially with what's going on here in Los Angeles. I want to make it very clear that we are not putting our state and local partners with LA County Sheriff's Office, our Sheriff's Department, or LAPD. We are not pulling them into Title VIII investigations. We understand their restrictions with state law. So this is us coming together when violent acts are committed against the citizens of Los Angeles. And in cases like this, the facts of the case are fairly simple. If you guys see the defendant here, Mr. Galvez, this was during the Paramount riots where Border Patrol was utilizing gas because they were having rocks and fireworks thrown at them and they were being assaulted. LA County Sheriff's Department responded to assist. This individual was identified even by open source media, preparing to assault them with a destructive device. And as you could see, by the grace of God, when he deployed that in a fireball, it luckily did not hit one of the deputies, as it clearly would have caused substantial physical injury or death. ATF's firmly committed. These are the most aggressive criminal acts, and we will aggressively work with our state and local and federal partners to investigate the use of destructive device, arson or explosives, or firearms to assault our public citizens and our public safety first responders. I guess I didn't even highlight our partnership too with LAPD. Both incidents, ATF was able to work with each of these police departments to get an arrest on individuals that were attempting to harm the police officers with destructive devices.
The Los Angeles Police Department appreciates the partnerships with both our federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies, especially during this time of unprecedented civil unrest. We're going to continue to work with them to ensure that our community remains.
All right, just listening into this here on Live Now from Vox. Let's take you out to this other live event. As we can see, DA Nathan Hochman stepping to the microphone. Also, there is LA County Sheriff Robert Luna. Let's listen into this press conference here on day number 6 of potential protests in downtown LA. Curfew remains in effect from 8 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning. Let's just listen into what they have to say here on Live Now from Vox about this.
I will be joined. My name is Nathan Hochman. I'm the District Attorney of Los Angeles County. You'll hear after myself from Sheriff Robert Luna of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and then Jim McDonald, the Chief of the Los Angeles Police Department. Before I announce the charges, the state charges that have been brought that are tied to these immigration protests, let me first put an overview about the charges. The complaints and the information you will hear about the charges today are not evidence. Evidence has to be presented in a court of law. An individual is presumed innocent until and unless they are proved guilty in that court of law beyond a reasonable doubt. So the discussion of the charges today is just that. It's a discussion of charges and not ultimately, or it does not ultimately constitute evidence of the crimes that will be presented in a court of law. So I first want to start out with a thank you. On behalf of the District Attorney's Office, I want to thank the hundreds of law enforcement officers from the LAPD, from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, from their related law enforcement agencies that have come to Los Angeles to help out in this situation. It is not a situation, certainly, that law enforcement intended to actually have happen. Both the District Attorney's Office, the LAPD, the LA Sheriff's Department, and local law enforcement do not participate in federal civil immigration enforcement. I want to make that crystal clear. We were not alerted ahead of time that this was going to happen. We were not involved in the participation of it or the staging of it. We are not involved at all with respect to federal civil immigration enforcement. What happened, though, is that though the law enforcement has done its absolute best to protect individuals who wanted legitimately to protest, to use their First Amendment rights of speech, to peacefully assemble. And when I say law enforcement has worked incredibly hard, they have worked overtime to make sure that people who want to engage in this legitimate protest have the opportunity to do so. The district attorney's office equally will fiercely protect people's rights to peacefully assemble and peacefully engage in First Amendment protected speech. However, when that speech crosses over from protected speech into illegal conduct, the people who engage in that illegal conduct will be prosecuted. They will first be arrested, they will be prosecuted, and they will be punished to the full extent of the law. We have said this repeatedly. We've said this as a warning to people who are thinking about conducting these illegal acts, pretending that they are engaged in protests, but at the moment they engage in the illegal acts, they are no longer legitimate First Amendment protesters. They are criminals, and they will be prosecuted as criminals. If people want to hurl insults, we will protect that. If people want to engage in crimes, we will prosecute them. So hurling bricks, hurling cinder blocks, hurling fireworks will not be tolerated in this county, now or ever. So when we talk about the cases that we are brought, I'm going to highlight 5 cases today that we have brought in order to, again, not to give an example of the types of cases that we are bringing, and as importantly, the types of potential criminal consequences the individuals who've engaged in this criminal activity will face. And in saying that, we will be having literally dozens and dozens of additional cases that will be brought to us from law enforcement to consider filing. In the weeks to come, we will look through all those cases. And by the way, as a quick aside, for any individual who's engaged in criminal conduct but did not get immediately arrested, let me provide some bad news for you. There's a tremendous amount of video out there through social media and otherwise. We will know who you are, who engaged in this conduct. We will track you down. We will arrest you, we will prosecute you, and we will punish you. So, for people who've already engaged in this illegal activity, we're coming for you. For people who are thinking that maybe this is a good idea to do, please take this as your warning. That if you engage in this conduct, please don't come to us afterwards and say, we didn't think anything was going to happen to us, because those prosecutions will occur. And again, before I go into the examples, let me give you one more overview. If you only saw the social media and the media reports of what's gone on over the last 5 days, you would think that Los Angeles is on the verge of war, that we are truly being attacked repeatedly, over and over and over again, because that has been the media's message to both people in Los Angeles, to people in the state of California, to people in this nation, to people throughout this entire world. That somehow, every second of every day, there's another exploding firework on our street, that motorcycles are running into cops, that stores are being looted, that buildings are being vandalized and graffitied. But let me put this in perspective for you. There are 11 million people in this county, 4 million of which live in Los Angeles City. We estimate that there's probably thousands of people who've engaged in legitimate protests, let's say 4,000 people. That means that 99.9% of people who live in Los Angeles City or generally in Los Angeles County have not engaged in any protest at all. Now, amongst the people who've engaged in protests, we estimate there are hundreds of people, let's say up to maybe 400 to use rough percentages, who've engaged in this type of illegal activity. So what does that mean? That means that 99.99% of people who live in Los Angeles City or live in Los Angeles County have not committed any illegal acts in connection with this protest whatsoever. So let's put that as a context when we look at these images over and over again that the media wants to put out there to try and scare us all. And then understand what the resources that we can bring, that law enforcement can bring to this task. The Los Angeles Police Department has over 8,500 officers. Sheriff Luna has over 9,000 officers. The California Highway Patrol, the local law enforcement agencies that have all been enlisted and have been so generous in helping us out, bring additional thousands of officers if needed for any level of civil unrest that might occur. And that civil unrest has been on a downward trend over the last several days, but these law enforcement officers are absolutely ready for anything that comes their way. So let me describe these 5 cases. The first case involves a individual who has been charged. His name is Juan Rodriguez. He's from Gardena. He's been charged with 1 felony count of assault upon a peace officer, resisting arrest, and advocating violence against an officer that has caused injury. At 5 p.m. on June 8th, Mr. Rodriguez allegedly passed out commercial-grade fireworks to a group of protesters who lit them and threw these commercial-grade fireworks at police officers at the intersection of First Street and Los Angeles Street. He's also accused of throwing the fireworks himself at the officers. And one of these fireworks exploded and injured an officer from the exploding sparks. If convicted as charged, Mr. Rodriguez will be facing 6 years and 4 months in state prison. Second case, it involves Randy Paul Ruiz and Georgina Ravallero. Both have been charged with 2 felony counts of assault upon a peace officer. On June 8th, at approximately 3:40 p.m., police were holding a skirmish line at the corner of Temple and Alameda Streets, where Mr. Ruiz allegedly drove his motorcycle into a line of officers. Minutes later, Ms. Ravallero is accused of driving another motorcycle into the officers, injuring one and knocking down several others. If convicted as charged, Ruiz and Ravallero each face up to 6 years and 4 months in state prison. Third case, Timmy Polk and Raven Mitchell. This case involves both of these individuals being charged with 1 felony count of second-degree commercial burglary and grand theft. On June 8th at about 10:15 p.m., Mitchell was double parked near a Nike store in the 600 block of South Broadway that was allegedly being looted by a group of people. Polk is accused of stealing multiple items from that store and getting into the car driven by Mitchell. They fled, but they were arrested a short time later. If convicted as charged, they each face up to 3 years in state prison. The next 2 cases are Los Angeles Sheriff's Department cases. Sheriff Luna will provide additional facts about these cases, but let me just give a quick overview of each one. Ulysses Sanchez. Ulysses Sanchez has been charged with 1 felony count of assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm by a felon, and 1 misdemeanor count each of reckless driving and possession of a smoking device. On June 8th at 9:35 p.m., Mr. Sanchez engaged in reckless driving in his minivan in downtown Los Angeles. Many of you saw the video footage of this where he was driving in donuts and injuring individuals. Mr. Sanchez is a third striker. If convicted as charged, Mr. Sanchez faces up to 25 years to life in state prison. The 5th case is Christopher Gonzalez and Jocelyn Johnson. In this case, they have both been charged with 1 felony count of conspiracy to commit vandalism and 2 felony counts of vandalism as well. On June 9th at 6:30 p.m., Mr. Gonzalez is accused of vandalizing an apartment complex down here on the 500 block of South Broadway, and Mr. Gonzalez allegedly painted graffiti right here on the Hall of Justice. They each face 3 years and 8 months in state prison. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Sheriff Luna to go into greater detail. But again, I cannot commend enough the tireless work that law enforcement has brought to this task to try and keep us safe and still ensure that people who want to legitimately protest get that opportunity. Sheriff Luna.
Thank you, DA Hochman. Thank you all for covering this story. I do want to start off not only by thanking all of you for being here, but I do want to take just a quick second to thank the district attorney. The day after the protest started, he called me. He told me he was assigning a special prosecutor to deal with violence against our deputy sheriffs or any other related police officers. And I really appreciate that, because just for a quick second, if you could think of the mindset of our employees having to leave their families and coming to work, to know that they're going to be in the middle of some of that isolated chaos that you've seen. It is good to know that when they are being violently attacked, whether it's with rocks, bottles, Molotov cocktails, pyrotechnics, pepper spray, I could go on, that they know that the individuals that we're going to focus on them, and we have a district attorney who's going to bring forward charges. And just really quick, I received the same call from the U.S. attorney here in Los Angeles, and I think all of you saw something earlier today where he is doing the same thing with federal charges. So I just say that, and Mr. Hochman said it perfectly and articulated it very well. There's a big distinction between individuals that protest and demonstrate to violent, destructive, basically anarchists. I mean, just creating that chaos. What we're talking about are the individuals who don't care about the issue at hand, because we will facilitate all peaceful First Amendment activity. But when you have people that are out here to commit acts of violence against our deputy sheriffs or police officers, or they're destroying our city, we're going to stop it. You see it, it's frustrating, and as the days have gone on, arrests are climbing, and now the prosecutions are taking place. And just this warning, because if you didn't get caught the last couple of nights, there's a lot of evidence out there, and you're probably going to get detectives or others knocking on your door and arresting you and bringing you in for either committing all these acts that we've talked about. So just a little bit on some of the cases. On Saturday, during civil arrest in Paramount, a local gas station was burglarized, looted on Alondra Boulevard. After the unlawful assembly concluded, Compton deputies responded to the gas station to secure the location and take the reports of the burglaries that had occurred. While at the location, an individual shouted at them and threw 2 full cans of beer in their direction. And I don't think it was to say thank you. It was for the opposite reason. The deputies ordered him to leave. However, he refused and threw a 3rd full can of beer at our deputies. Based on the suspect's assaultive actions, deputies used less lethal force, specifically a 40-millimeter baton launcher, striking the suspect. The deputies were able to immediately handcuff the suspect without any further incident. The suspect, 20-year-old Eduardo Cervantes, a resident of Linwood, was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. He was released on his own recognizance yesterday at the Compton court. Separately, 2 suspects arrested for felony vandalism here at the Hall of Justice. On Monday, deputies were driving in the 200 block of Temple Street near the Hall of Justice when they observed an act of vandalism in progress. They witnessed a 20-year-old Christopher Gonzalez Reese defacing the south wall of the Hall of Justice building, not with a spray can. He was literally standing there with a paint roller, a very long stick, and writing graffiti over an area measuring about 18 feet by 12. The suspect was using beige paint, and the content of the graffiti included profanity directed at a federal agency. The same suspect was previously identified as the same individual who was observed committing a similar act of vandalism on the south wall of a building located in the 500 block of North Broadway. In both occurrences, a second suspect identified as 40-year-old Yoselyn Johnson appeared to act as a lookout and was observed video recording the acts of vandalism. Following the second incident, deputies contacted both suspects and took them into custody. A search of their vehicle led to the discovery of large buckets of paint and a 10-foot extension pole believed to have been used in the commission of these crimes that were described. Both suspects were arrested and booked on felony vandalism charges. Just as I wrap up and before I turn it over to my partner, Chief Jim McDonald, I just want to reiterate, we will facilitate the peaceful protest, and thank God 99% of them are taking place in this one square mile area here in the city of Los Angeles, and then when you saw in Paramount and Compton on Saturday. We are going to do everything we can to protect our employees when they're being attacked. So if you come to demonstrate, that's great. If you come to throw things at us, attack our employees, you're going to get arrested, maybe not that day, but later, and you're going to get prosecuted. And not only may you serve significant time in jail, but there's going to be fines behind that. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chief McDonald, and I'll be available for questions after he has completed his portion.
Thank you, Sheriff Luna, and thank you all. Good afternoon. And again, you'll hear some common themes here, certainly. I want to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to all of our officers and deputies on the lines for their professionalism and dedication. They've been asked to work long hours in dangerous and unpredictable conditions, and I'm grateful and proud of their resilience. I also want to thank our dedicated partners from local, state, and federal agencies for ongoing partnership and unwavering support during these challenging times. The Los Angeles Police Department recognizes and supports the right to peaceful protest, but when individuals choose to weaponize that right, by assaulting peace officers, endangering lives, or committing crimes under the cover of a crowd that is no longer a protest, that is a crime and it won't be tolerated. 3 individuals have been charged with felony assault on our officers, including the use of fireworks and motorcycles to cause harm. These were deliberate attacks, acts that injured officers who were simply doing their job out there to protect the public. Let's not forget our officers face uncertain and often dangerous situations every day, and their risk to their lives has been even greater over these last few days. I've watched Molotov cocktails and fireworks shot mortars being launched out of tubes at our officers. They're encountering routinely M-type fireworks and commercial-grade fireworks, which in the state of California are considered explosives, and they can kill. Our officers should never have to face targeted violence while standing on a line to protect others. I want to thank the district attorney for pursuing felony charges in these cases. It sends a strong and important message. If you assault a peace officer in this city or this county, you will be held accountable. Additionally, I'm also pleased that there are charges related to looting and vandalism, crimes that took advantage of the unrest to target businesses and city property. In one case, a retail store was burglarized and tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise were stolen. And another, graffiti was sprayed onto a historic public building while an accomplice stood watch. These crimes don't advance any cause or further any message. What they do is harm to our communities, our small businesses, and our civic institutions. The LAPD will continue to investigate all incidents thoroughly and work with our partners in the DA's office to bring every offender to justice. We remain committed to protecting First Amendment rights, restoring peace, and holding criminals accountable. I want to thank our officers, our partners in this community for their resilience and cooperation throughout this event. Thank you.
And before we start with questions, I also want to thank the 2 members of my office that have worked around the clock to bring these charges. Alva Lynn, who's our head deputy of our charge evaluation division, and Deputy District Attorney Michael Blake of our Crimes Against Police Officers Division. Now we'll take questions. Yes.
So earlier today, Major General Sherman said that National Guard members have detained some people. They've already done this and then immediately turned them over to law enforcement. Can you share a little bit about which law enforcement they went to, how many detained?
We're still working out a lot of the communication and coordination with the Army. who is in charge of the Marines as well. So I don't think whether Chief McDonald or I have heard specifically about that. I'm almost positive, but there is some guessing in this, that when he's talking about law enforcement, he's talking about federal law enforcement. Because one of their missions, from what has been described to us, is other than protecting federal facilities, they are protecting federal employees or federal law enforcement. So they're going to be going out together from our limited understanding thus far, and I think that's exactly what he's talking about.
Thank you.
I understand most of the people arrested are not facing the serious types of felonies that you're describing. They're probably going to be referred to the city attorney for less serious failures of whatever those allegations would be. In recent history in Southern California, hundreds of people have been arrested on those allegations at protests, and then the city has made the decision not to prosecute any of them. And I'm curious if you're going to take a different position or what your thoughts are about that as it relates to the people arrested in the last few days.
So you are correct that there are certain crimes committed, misdemeanor crimes committed here in Los Angeles City that would be the jurisdiction of the city attorney's office. I have spoken to the city attorney, Heidi Feldstein Soto. She takes these crimes very seriously. I don't want to speak for her ahead of time as to the types of charges she's going to bring on these various violations. And you're right, they can, even misdemeanors can span a spectrum from failure to disperse, from violations of curfew, onto even more serious violent actions or actions involving theft. So I can tell you, having spoken to Ms. Feldstein Soto, that she and her office will be taking these violations very seriously. I don't think we have a precedent that was set in prior protests. I will tell you from the district attorney's office, which didn't bring charges in connection with the prior protests, starting today, you've heard we are bringing these charges, felony charges. We consider the actions, particularly the actions against law enforcement, the actions against public safety, the actions defacing, as Chief McDonald said, historic buildings, extremely serious. In many ways, I've been, well, not in many ways, I've been a lifelong Angelino. I've been here over 60 years in this city and in this county. These people who want to go ahead and not protest and not engage in legitimate speech, but want to go ahead and commit crimes in our home, we're going to protect our home. We're going to make sure if someone wants to throw cinder blocks at our police officers, we're going to protect our police officers and hold those people accountable. They want to go ahead and write disgusting words all over our public buildings, we're going to go after them as well. They want to steal from our stores, we're going to hold them accountable for their actions. And that's the way I view it. That's the way the district attorney's office views it. If you want to come into our county, into our home, and commit crimes, you will be arrested, prosecuted, and punished.
Two questions, if I may. The first one being, all three of you have spoken in some regard about outside agitators or anarchists, I've heard. Obviously, you also respect the rights of peaceful protesters. I'm wondering if you can provide any evidence of maybe organization from anarchists. Have you been able to trace a certain group that's behind it? Obviously, you've highlighted 5 cases of men and women doing destruction, but is there any other evidence about anarchists or people that are coming in here with organized intention?
Go ahead. I'm limited in what I can respond to that, only because there's ongoing cases, but I can assure you that all of us up here are looking to see if there is a conspiracy of some kind, organization. There is some evidence we've seen that I don't want to share at this time, and it's not because I don't want to talk to you about it. It's because we're focused on arresting those individuals involved and bringing the best cases forward. Some of them may be to the district attorney, but highly likely to the U.S. attorney, where we're working with some of our federal partners to look at that angle of exactly what you're asking for.
Then a quick follow-up for the chief. And this is coming from somebody who's been here for several days and have watched how your law enforcement officers have conducted themselves. and have used less lethal rounds, from my perspective, only after being agitated by other people throwing things. However, there is a video now circulating online of less lethal methods being used on a woman, not quite a protester, standing very close to officers, being fired at with less lethal methods. Also a caveat that we do see these police officers give her multiple warnings, but I'm wondering if you can comment on the use of those methods at such a close distance as someone that did not seem to be posing much of a threat.
Yeah, you know, I can't speak to that individual case because I'm not aware what the follow-up was. But each one of these we see generates an investigative follow-up. We will look into it thoroughly and then, you know, look for all the video we possibly can out there, body-worn video on the officers, and then a video from the environment there, and put together as best we can what the circumstances were.
Perhaps then you could speak to people out there who may not understand that a warning's a warning, or that maybe officers would take that step.
Yeah, you know, thank you for that. The bottom line is, once we give a dispersal order, it's because things have gotten out of hand and we're trying to restore order, and you are ordered to leave that area, and the officers are going to clear that area. And some of the tactics used involve less lethal munitions. And certainly, while they're way more accurate they were in years past, certainly there's also times where they potentially hit a target that was not the intended target. So if you're in the environment and you're told to leave, please leave, because for your own safety and the safety of everyone around you.
Chief, do you know what's going on in Boyle Heights? I just saw a video when I was leaving my office to get over here. There was a white car and then two silver cars. I think it was an SUV and a silver truck. Came up, caught off the white car, and two people hopped out. I mean, they looked, you know, like they were, I couldn't tell if they were feds or local officers.
Right.
And then they detained that driver. Any idea what's...
Yeah, I've heard about that too. I haven't been able to find out more about it at this time. I know that Hollenbeck units were dispatched to that, so once we free up here, we'll figure out what was going on out there more.
Chief, and just to kind of follow up on that question, just trying to understand, does that mean that you guys have begun use of force reviews on some of these incidents?
Oh yeah, whenever anything happens of significance, we start looking at it right away, try and capture all the video we can, any other evidence we can right away.
We're going to take a couple more questions.
There's one particular question I wanted to ask. There was an arrest of Luz Aguilar. I believe she's an aide to one of our council members. I was wondering if there was any information regarding that arrest, if there were any charges that were posted for her and her sister, Antonia Aguilar?
Was it when you talked about? No. Yeah, no, I'll have to follow up with you to see what those, if there were charges filed or not on that one.
Maybe if the sheriff could just clarify what he had said earlier to the question about the National Guard now being given authorization to detain people. How would it work then, I suppose, and it sounded like from the previous answer you were saying they're only really there to detain those that are causing harm to federal officers, but I don't know, how would a handoff work to local law enforcement if the National Guard was to detain, say, a protester?
Let me clarify that. What's been communicated to me thus far, and we are asking for more specific communication from the Army, which the National Guard is falling under them now, along with the Marines, is that they've expressed to us that they have their mission is split up into 3 areas. That it is to protect federal functions, to protect federal facilities, and to protect federal personnel. And as far as I know, and again, we are all in meetings trying to increase our communication and coordination with them, so we're still asking for specific clarification. My understanding at this point is that they do not have the powers to arrest or detain. So if they are out in the field, they may be there, but they're working in conjunction with federal authorities. It could be ICE, Border Patrol. There's a whole host of acronym federal agencies that they're working with. But again, not knowing that specific incident, that's where communication and coordination is critical.
Sheriff, do you know, are the Marines here? I've been hearing since Sunday they've been on their way. And what are we at, Wednesday?
I would be guessing if I try to answer that. Again, I'm just going to leave it at this. We are doing everything we can. I know Chief McDonald and I and our staffs are doing everything we can to improve our communication with the Army, so we would know those specific questions. And they were just activated, I think, what was it, Sunday? So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And first of all, I just tell you, I've never served in the military. I have nothing but respect for people in the military, whether they're soldiers in the National Guard or Marines. They are our soldiers. So we're doing our best to put them and ourselves, and primarily our community, in a position so that we succeed together moving forward. Because frankly, we're all in an extremely difficult situation right now that none of us have ever been involved in, including the military.
Thank you. Thank you. Assistant District Attorney Maria Ramirez is going to give us some remarks in Spanish.
I will briefly summarize the DA's statements in Spanish, and then any questions in Spanish can be directed at the individual agencies after.
All right, just listening in there to this update from officials, including the LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, LA DA Nathan Hochman, about some of these anti-ICE demonstrations. Of course, there's also asked about this moment. The Homeland Security saying this was no hit and run. This was a targeted arrest of a violent rioter who punched a CBP officer. When Homeland Security investigations tried to arrest for assault, he attempted to flee. He was ultimately arrested and taken into custody. We'll follow more of this here on Live Now from Fox. Let's sign away for a quick 2-minute break.
That's what it is, bro. It's a disgrace. No, bullshit. They could take a stand if they want to. They choose not to. Look at the guy yesterday. No, they can. Look at yesterday with the guy who lost his job, but he didn't care. The police officer that was blocking the police from going onto the freeway. And then after that, he said, fuck that. I stand with my fucking gente. And he went up to one of the protesters and grabbed the flag and waved it. And he got fired. I mean, look at it. Hello, this is the part where he can use that whole police immunity bullshit for his favor. All he got to do is go to another police department. That's it. There's no background check or anything like that. All he got to do is transfer, so he's good. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it's boiling down to. Literally, this is what it's boiling. And it's only gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna get worse. He ain't gonna open his eyes. He ain't gonna open his eyes, bro. The only way this is gonna end is when he's officially out of office and they put a bullet in his fucking head. Literally, that's the only way this is gonna end. Nothing. This is what he wants. Well, it is what it is. That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to. That's what I'm saying. You got your socks on. Look at all of the undocumented people that served in the military, and then they do one thing, and what happens? They get shot.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
He's running for governor. That's the new governor of California right there.
Yeah, right.
We used to say, which side are you on? Which side are you on? We're in so much debt that the only way out is revolution or war. So now the question is, which side are you on?
Yeah.
And then when you guys get back home, look at the bets on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these people are putting the punch on the line for us right now. But then when you guys get back to us, you guys get no fucking bets and kind of things. You guys get nothing, and half of you guys end up on the fucking street with a drug problem. And then when you guys go to the VA says, oh, we can't help you. And then you wonder why all these motherfuckers have mental issues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to deter you from doing what you're doing. I'm just saying the fact that just so that you're prepared, so when you go in there, you be like, anyway, what do you think?
They do rotate them.
Service.
that make a difference? That we went to that rich guy's house to go on.
Do you need to go through? Okay.
Come on, you can go. You want to go through?
No.
Okay. We gotta put you in the shot. I'm gonna turn around and see all these people. So if you want to go have your mom and dad.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay, but we're in the shop right here. Can you move up?
They can move too. I'm being kicked back. I'm gonna do a white balance here. So you're gonna do it. Hold on. I'm gonna do a white balance. Hold on. Sorry. Got it. Hola, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas tardes. Bienvenidos a esta edición especial de reportando desde la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Hoy tenemos cobertura en estamos en Los Ángeles, estamos también en la ciudad de Nueva York, estamos en San Antonio, en cobertura especial de todas estas manifestaciones y movimientos que se centran en la política migratoria del presidente Donald Trump. Carolina Peguero me acompaña en el estudio. Carolina, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas tardes. Carolina, muchas gracias. Y vamos a empezar con una conversación que está pasando en este momento acá en la capital, digamos, de las ¿Qué conocemos hasta ahora de las manifestaciones? Bueno, fue mucho más bajo en las últimas horas. Tuvimos ayer la primera jornada de siendo 17 también las arrestadas.
share a hotel? I hope you guys know what you're fucking fighting for. Yeah, it's not correct. I gotta ask the guy. Hold on. Excuse me, sir. What did you guys eat last night? Did you guys eat good food last night? I'm not stepping in front of anything. What did you guys eat? Come on, you can tell me. What you eat? What'd you eat? Did the government take care of you? Yeah? Did the government take care of you? The government, did you guys thank you? You guys got pizza, huh? Oscar, they told me. Did you guys at least get a good bed to sleep on? No? If the government is supposed to take care of you, did you guys at least get a hotel room? You know how much it costs to deploy the National Guard every day? You come eyes. I know you come eyes.
I do know. Senadora, ¿cuál es su balance de lo que está ocurriendo acá en Los Ángeles, de lo que está ocurriendo en el está aparentemente provocando un contacto entre ciudades de los Estados Unidos?
Excuse me? Oh, I'm so sorry. Aquí les mostramos todos los puntos, no solamente en las manifestaciones. Hay incluso y otra perspectiva ahora física. Vamos con Romy de Frías, que tiene más información. Romy, ¿qué tal? Por lo que pueda pasar este fin de semana, que el partido de fútbol de la selección mexicana, de un país centroamericano, que en uno de los estadios de la Fuerza Armada, las autoridades están haciendo referencias, pero hay mucha gente que dice que durante ese partido puede haber manifestaciones, puede haber algún tipo de solamente para tenerlo dentro del panorama. Estamos en cobertura especial. Estas manifestaciones en contra de las redadas de ICE son manifestaciones que no son
This history has repeated itself. We've seen it everywhere. It's your fault. I see fucking González, Ramírez, Hernández. I even got even wrong.
That's your culture, Hernandez. You're nothing but a white puppet now.
This is history in the making. Stand with your people.
I hear that he is America's Hitler, as he has proven every single day.
Famous correspondent, you know? Yeah, it's awesome.
What are we going to do?
I mean, I'll reach out to you. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I've got your number. Absolutely. And I don't know, just taking a day at a time.
I'm pretty sure that you're not going to be able to work for
What's that? I can't work for MSNBC and Fox. That's it. Those are the only two stations that I can't work for. Anything that's all cable, I can work for network and I can work for local. So that's what I'm trying to do. So let me
Yes, that's weird. We like that.
you know anybody and thank you.
Bro, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to your family, to your community, to the whole damn country. Not even the damn president likes you, bro. What's your last name? It says Fernandez right there. Not even the president likes you. No one likes you. No one likes you. No one likes you. Not even the camera. Bro, you're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment. You should quit.
Keeping America safe! Keeping the city of Angel safe! Thank you so much! There has to be law and order! We are not Mexico! This is not Mexico!
Oh yeah, getting real worried about a flag, you fucking pussies!
Hey, be aware. There's snipers. Be aware. Don't shoot anybody. They don't give a fuck. They're trigger happy. That's why they got rid of his gun. So how the fuck can you feel bad for someone like him? There's a high requirement for me to feel bad for you. Even one of the...
Oh, just ignore this fucking troll! Dodgers! Fuck you! They have fucking Captain America here! What the fuck? That shield is 2 sizes too small for him, man. You gotta get him the kid size, man. Come on.
Oh my God, look how close it is to David's eyes. Oh my God. Call him Achilles, that's the only thing you can hit. Shit.
Man, fuck you, you troll bitch. Fuck off.
Donald Trump doesn't like you!
Nobody gives a shit about you, you buckethead-looking bitch!
On the floor, you wanna know why? Because the government doesn't care about you! He's using you like damn puppets, bro! Like puppets! Have you ever watched a movie? Come on, bro!
What's the matter, Patty? They didn't have enough shields for you, man? That sucks. Man, sorry about that. Now they brought a shield for you. Look at that. You're safe now, man. This sign could have given you a paper cut. Good thing, huh? Fuck you.
Because of how small you are, he's like 16 maybe. for you. You're an American citizen. I care for everybody in America, but not fascists who are trying to get us out. Now you look a little bit taller with the down. Now you look a little bit taller with the down.
Why are you standing on the wrong side? You know, you look like a
Friday, I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll be here. We're getting mugged by a random Los Angeles citizen.
That's all you want. You be about the 60%, brother. Look at you. You're not white.
Quiero que noten, si es posible, que algunos informados, no todos, pero algunos, tienen armas en el de asalto. No son pocos los que tienen rifles de asalto. Obviamente los que están en la primera línea de defensa están con escudos antimotivos, pero aparte de las pistolas de bolas de golf, están con rifles de asalto. Muy bien, sobre toda esta circunstancia que estamos viviendo acá en la ciudad de Los Ángeles, hablamos con el fiscal general de California, el señor Bono. Es una de las personas más importantes de todo este juego político, de todo este juego legal, porque él es el que ha presentado una demanda contra Donald Trump por el hecho de que estén precisamente acá la Guardia Nacional y el Ejército. Esta es la
Is this really why you signed up, son?
All signed up.
Scare, oppress,
He's like,
and
oh man, I can't wait to fucking terrorize my citizens.
This is an American abomination. You swore an oath, and your oath is to defend our Constitution. From all
You're the only one. This is the only one who would actually give some sort of response. Do you genuinely feel like what you're doing right now is right?
I know.
You don't even respond.
That you don't have a choice in your
You
commander.
just know you're gonna get fired if you say yes.
I'm
You're
sorry you
fucking
have to
with some
serve
bad
this
shit,
shit
bro.
details.
They're gonna kick out your
Ain't no white
privilege. There's no more privilege. Anybody who disagrees with this fascist government sits down. You just sit back and lie like a pussy bitch. Yeah. I see it. I'm gonna go down the line and see how many of these people Donald Trump might like.
Just remember, using your weapons on domestic soil would be a violation of your oath.
You're like the only white guy here. Everybody else is a fucking betrayer. That's crazy. Let it be known, the short guy. Hey, anything for that Hellcat, huh? Anything for that Hellcat? Yeah. Can you see over the steering wheel? Anything for a Hellcat, man. I see him.
Outside small gloves. Baby hands, like Robin.
Resistance to tyranny shows the Christian and social duty of each individual.
Lost my neighbors. All y'all going to hell. All y'all going to hell. You believe in God, you're going to hell. Best believe it. Going to Hindu hell, going to Christian hell, going to Catholic hell. Fuck, I'd rather go to Mormon hell than Mormon heaven, but you still going there.
Behind public property? Huh? So I can walk across. That's what I'm asking you. I can walk across? Or is it private property? Huh? Can I walk across or not? No? Is it private property? It is? Okay, thank you for answering my question.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I'm fucking asking.
White boy wrong once again. Move it back to Hernandez. Strike back. He's a question for private
I love all my neighbors who believe in freedom.
Put it at your level. I start going to your level, man. I give him that moment. Your knees hurt, bro? Your knees hurt, bro? Sucking all that dick? Your knees hurt? Yeah.
Hey. Protect them. Protect them. I got the privilege
Lots for this community. What are you guys thinking about?
I guarantee you there will be an after.
Y'all need to educate yourselves for real.
You are Americans.
Y'all need to educate yourselves.
This.
Oh, they loaded the gas can. Oh, big boy over
This is
here.
not what you signed up for.
Hey, you drink more than that gas, pussy.
Your commander-in-chief is
following a fast
supporter, his favorite phrase, support him. How the fuck y'all endorse him? Since America was fucked up anyway, give Obama third term, that's what plenty say. Just left Texas at the stage for a couple thousand.
I really wish I could stop this abomination. Sad thing is, we are almost at our 250th birthday, and these motherfuckers have decided to destroy it. 250 years of liberty, and these motherfuckers have decided to end it. For a fat, orange, old man felon. A felon. A criminal. Why are you standing out here like this? Are you guys scared of me?
people who love the country. Show that you care about your community. Don't show that you love some Nazi dick rider, Donald Trump. Yeah, your own community thinks you're a Nazi. Look at you. Look at your community. Would your father be proud of you? He wouldn't. He wouldn't be anything like my father. You damn fascist.
This is what you guys signed up for, right? This. It's great. I'm proud of you. Civilian? American?
Our history to kids today.
Defend your president? That's what he believes too. Fucking brainwashed. All these motherfuckers.
It's a right authoritarian power grab. Trump is just proving Democrats right. And J.D. Vance right. America's Hitler.
sleeping? Did they give you a spot to sleep? On the floor? Sucks. I know all your country sucks, but it's fun. How to make a change? The guys have been just circling. I love those guys. Thank you. Convicted felony. You're supporting that. You're supporting the man who refused to make out complaint. You hate America. I made him laugh. Because he was looking at Juju signing that one. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all human. They just don't see it as themselves. What teenagers? Oh, I think so, yeah. Bro, that's the best they can bring? That's the best they can bring? Some little tweak? I'll be back. gonna come for your mama next. How you gonna feel?
60% were U.S. citizens! You're on the wrong side of history. What's the percentage this time?
You can't be any older than I am. There's no way we grew up in the same world where we're taught peace and respect, and you chose to become a fascist. There's just no way. There's just no way. Come on now, Four Eyes, make some better decisions. Oh my God.
You think your grandma's rapper or shooting?
Your family wouldn't be proud of you. Your father probably hates you.
Your ancestors wouldn't be proud of you.
As far back as it goes, as far back as it goes, you ask anybody in your entire ancestorhood if they respect what you're doing now. The only time they'll
Well, I'm proud. I voted for a felon, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the MAGA heads that gave that right to me. And I'll surely stand up to pumps for Trump and protect him with my balls. For it's much better than being a mall security guard, making $8 an hour. You don't have to do this. You can go back to mall security. Oh, look at the mega boss right here.
They offer $20 an hour,
Oh, someone wants his little motorcycle protected. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride.
Take me back, and I let go with so much freedom.
Shut up! I want to buy my son Christmas present. What Super Soaker is that? Is that the 2-gallon?
For 249 years.
Yeah, what do you think the value is if you get out here and protest?
You sound like Elon.
And we're not the five hour public. We got to make it hard on them. They are trying to destroy 250 years.
I bet you want signing on with the Trump administration. You are going to go for your dad. How stupid was that to look on TikTok?
He is the domestic enemy. There's a reason he put his Spanish Bible. He got a lightning bolt through the
Have you been out at every night of the protest so far? Or is this the first time you've been out here?
No, I was here on Saturday during the day, and it was quiet. I saw no violence whatsoever, except one of those PHSI thugs shoved me and another woman. The only physical violence I saw.
Yeah, what do you think of the National Guard presence?
It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. It's unnecessary, and it's tyranny. It's illegal. You know, our governor is supposed to be their commander-in-chief.
What did you say? I mean, what's your sort of, like, hope for how the protest?
We gotta get Trump out of office. We have to. 86-47. It's an irreconcilable difference. We are not going to give up our liberty. We're not, you know?
Thank you so much. I always like to get phone numbers from people. You gave a number of people.
Sure. 434-981-1061.
I love you.
I'm damn proud to say that.
Not you, you're scary. I love your Super Soaker. How many gusts do you need to a hippie? Like, how many?
Singing the song.
Come on. You don't like Queen?
Slaves again when the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the front. Start when tomorrow comes.
So hard, so much fun.
working. I have a thong on. See? You're the first one. When things turn out bad, pumpkin spice Satan calls the National Guard. You're my sunshine, and I want you to know I just want to storm the Applebee's with you, not the Capitol. You're my best friend. Freddie Mercury, thank you. Solo. 16 measures. Oh, happy. Happy I'm not a mall security guard this weekend. guys! Get the hell out of town, I say! Fuck guys! Get the hell away from the bridge! Fuck guys! Get the hell out of here, everybody! Fuck guys! Because we're not gonna have you here. Come on, fuck guys! Get the hell out of town and leave the crowd alone. Trump was on the Jeffrey Epstein plane. Trump was on the Jeffrey Epstein plane. Hey, chasing around young girls, quick catching on his ear, and having himself a beer. Trump was on the Jeffrey Epstein plane. Jeffrey Epstein plane. Hey, where did the guy go? The helmet too big. I love you guys. I lived in Los Angeles for several years. I flew from Boston today. You know, you got like guys with these huge super soakers behind you, but they let the guy that looks like he does Python programming hold the front line. Why are you not on the front line? This guy's a geek. You know? It's like you have the bazooka you paid $5 grand for a week probably. That's probably out of taxes. Why do you have the geek up here? The World of Warcraft guy. You know, you should be on the front line. You and your friend Cobra Commander. You should be up here instead of him. I like this guy. Again, I know that. Go home and fill out online petitions. Because we're sick of these people breaking into fucking places illegally. And online petitions aren't working anymore. I gotta wave that, make a funny sign, and hope that it all goes away. Hell yeah! Let's storm the Applebee's!